Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, coach of the Bronx Beartics with my week 13 and final battle of the regular season of the WBE. Now we are taking on Dan, aka aDrive, my boy. You guys have been seeing a lot of him on the channel as well as on my Twitch. And it's pretty fitting that he is my final battle of the WBE. Now I am 12-0 in the WBE, so basically last week I secured first seed guaranteed, which means that I get a bye week because playoffs start, the following week after this week, right? So next Saturday should be like the first uploads of playoffs, but I actually have a bye week because I'm guaranteed first seed. But of course, I still do want to beat Dan because I want an undefeated regular season. If I beat Dan, I'm 13-0. Now, as I mentioned the past 3 weeks, this is the 4th out of 4 games that I have a bad matchup in a row. I feel anyway. I felt that K-Cray, Iron Boffin, Duncan, and of course now Dan have just such a great matchup versus me. We'll go over why in a second, but Kieran Black one can run a Z move, can run any boosting item, a choice band, and just disrupt my team. Talonflame has such a high speed tier, and I have very limited switch-ins. Basically nothing on my team can resist the combination of flying and fire. And it has good speed tier as well, and I have a bunch of fighting types on my team too. Venusaur checks my Comfy, Manectric is really fast, Lycanroc checks my Volcarona, so he has a bunch of threats. Now, I do know that there is a good chance that Dan and I play like even round 2 of playoffs, because I'm skipping round 1 of playoffs. Round 2 of playoffs, round 3. So I know Dan has been saying on Twitch that he's not going to bring his best Pokemon, and I fully believe that. However, I still do want to win just for the regular season, but I'm interested to see what Dan ends up bringing. We haven't played yet. We're actually playing really soon. So, we're starting off with what I built. Shout out to my boy Gypsy King, my teammate that helps me build these squads. Really appreciate him. So, we're running Bulk Up Glade because Bulk Up Mega Glade is really good versus him. Obviously, his biggest threats, Kieran Black, Lycanroc, even Zoroark, don't really appreciate this mon. The fact that I have options like Thunder Punch, for instance, as well is pretty cool because it gives me a nice, super effective move on Talonflame. I actually live Talonflame's Brave Bird after a Bulk Up. If I'm at full, I believe I even live a Banded one. Banded one's really close. But I live a non-Banded Talonflame pretty easily after a Bulk Up. Drain Punch is just good for recovery there, and then Poison Jab just gives me an option versus Florius if he chooses to bring that. So Mega Glade is really strong and really fast versus team. I have enough speed for Zoroark. Otherwise, I don't think there's a point in going max speed unless he brings Adamant Talonflame, which I speed tie with. But I feel like, is that a risk you want to take when that's the one thing that can really stop it? But who knows though? Dan is wild. Next up, we do have my Comfy. So the way this team is designed, and I know you see this Comfy set, but the way this team is designed is basically get rid of the Breloom answers, so Skarmory and potentially Talonflame and Venusaur, obviously, and kind of go to work with Breloom, because Breloom has such a good matchup in terms of like Mach Punch priority and Bullet Seed. It's really good in that. Only one mon resists both of them, or 2 mons. And that's Talonflame and Venusaur, and you guys will see my Breloom in a second. It's actually really cool. But we have Trick Scarf Comfy with enough speed to outspeed defensive Venusaur after we give it a Choice Scarf. But the idea is he should respect my Gothitelle. Venusaur and Skarmory, I believe, will be running Shed Shells. And tricking them a Scarf means they're locked in. That means I can trap them with my Gothitelle, which I am bringing this match. And U-Turn allows me to get on out of there. I have Leech Seed. Originally I had Defog, but I feel like if I get up rocks, he's going to have to defog because he does have a Talonflame and a lot of his team is weak to rock. Not a lot, but his main Pokemon are weak to rocks. He's like offensive pressure is weak to rocks. So Leech is nice for just getting some recovery. You turn to get out of there. Trick again for getting rid of the Choice Scarf. But I'm also defensive because I can take hits. This is a nice Zoroark check on the team too. Can eat a hit from Kieran Black if needed as well, as long as it's not ICMZ. I don't think anything needs ICMZ though. So I do have a Choice Specs Gothitelle here, and we're running max HP. That way we can take a Banded hit from Talonflame. That way we can tank a hit from Venusaur as well, multiple hits from Venusaur as well. But it's Choice Specs with Psychic, Thunderbolt for Skarmory. It's a guaranteed KO on physically defensive Skarmory, which he has to bring because Mega Glade's close combat is almost a 2-hit KO, if not a 2-hit KO on Skarm. And then I have Hidden Power Rock to guarantee the KO on even a bulky Talonflame, and then Trick just to disrupt them a little bit if I want to trick some walls. But the idea is potentially trapping Venusaur, trapping potentially Talonflame, trapping Skarmory. Obviously, I know I'm not going to get all of them, but if I can get 1 or 2, that's awesome for Gothitelle. Especially if I trap Skarmory, because Skarmory is probably the one that's going to do the least damage to me. So if I trap Skarmory and Goth is still relatively healthy, I can still trap either Talonflame or Venusaur. Now we do have a Life Orb Focus Punch Breloom as our next member of the squad. Mach Punch does 75%. basically to like cure him. So if I get up rocks, that boy is dying. Basically min with Adamant Life Orb Technician. Bullet Seed is there for not allowing Florges free switches, and also obviously decimating his Gastrodon. If he wants to run Rindo Berry versus me, if he wants to run Gastrodon, I can break through that. Though Scald plus EQ is really tough for me to switch into as well, so Gastrodon actually isn't a bad pick versus me. Spore as well, if I get a free turn. Obviously, if Venusaur is trapped, I can sleep anything on his team. And then we have Focus Punch, because Life Orb Focus Punch, guys, is so strong, right? It's so strong. Like, a weakened Venusaur will die to Focus Punch into Mach Punch. A Talonflame will die with rocks. And obviously, just in general, it's really tough. If I can get a free Focus Punch off, if I get a Spore, if I predict him to switch, it's really, really, really tough for him to switch into it, especially if rocks are up. So I really like Focus Punch a lot. And enough speed for mons like Florges, Skarmory, things like that. Though they're going to be running... I don't think they'll be running that much speed versus me if they do come, for instance. I think Florges has to be like max defense, otherwise +2 Poison Jab from an Adamant Gallade or Jolly Gallade can KO. So next up we have my Bronzong. Now Bronzong is a potential late game sweeper. If I can get rid of Zoroark, this mon can kind of just win. But basically Calm Mind, Flash Cannon, Psychic, and Protect. I am running Heat Proof as well. That way I don't take anything. I'm basically not even 3 KO'd by Talonflame's Flare Blitz if it's not Choice Band. And I can beat a 1v1 with Calm Mind boosted Psychic. Flash Cannon, this is nice. I can eat a hit from Lycanroc Dog. I can eat hits from Kyurem. Basically, there's no point in running Levitate, because if Kyurem wants to run Earth Power, it can, since its ability doesn't care about my Levitate at all. So Kyurem definitely has that option if it wants to run that versus me. But the dual stat Protect gives me some leftovers recovery, as well as scouting potential doubles. Gives me a nice Venusaur answer too, and it's a mon that can potentially sweep. I'm not sure how I'm going to play it necessarily, because I don't want it to come in repeatedly on Talonflame, even though Talonflame is really tough for me, because I want it to also still be there to check Kyurem, but I do have multiple checks to Kyurem, so we'll see how I end up playing it in the battle. And last but not least, we do have my Rocker and my Thick Fat Piloswine, which Stone Edge, we don't care about Talonflame. I actually live a +4 attack from Talonflame, guaranteed, unless it's a Z move, which is pretty cool. Toxic is there as well, wearing down maybe Gastrodon, wearing down maybe Talonflame if it runs like Bulk Up, for instance, like Bulk Up Bruce. Stealth Rock and Earthquake. You have Violet as well. Like I said, the defense helps me take on Talonflame. I eat a hit from Kyurem Black as well, even a Z move. Take on Manectric, so I think Manectric's not really going to come versus me. And can check a few Pokemon on this team. But that is the team for today's battle. Let's get into it. Let's see if your boy can have his undefeated season, or we are going into playoffs with our first L. Either way, it's going to be a fun game. Definitely go ahead and check out Dan as well. His channel link will be down below. I hope I already mentioned that. It's definitely a channel worth checking out. And I'll see you guys in a sec with the battle. Alright guys, so we are here with the battle. Let's see what he brought. Okay, pretty much what was expected. For the most part, no Florges, which makes this a little bit easier, I feel. Kyurem Black. Gastro. Talonflame. I'm assuming he's running double Shed Shell on Venusaur as well as the Skarm. So ideally my Comfey into Gothitelle works. Zoroark and Venusaur. So I definitely value rocks in this game because, as you can see, Breloom's Mach Punch knocks out Kyurem after rocks, as well as Zoroark from full. I have Bullet Seed for the Gastrodon 2. Calm-Mind Bronzong isn't terrible either, but I don't see a reason to not lead off with my Piloswine and see if I can get up rocks going early. I can see him leading maybe Venusaur versus me, but I would go like a Zoroark potentially, or even like Talonflame, because Talonflame is just good. Let's see how this goes. Throat's been killing me too. I mean, Kyurem Black is a good Pokemon in general, so. There's Gary. Gary the Gastrodon. Definitely think I value a Toxic on this thing. I'm just going to go for it initially. as he goes for substitute. So that is probably a Zoroark. Or it's actually a Gastrodon. Is it legitimately sub? You wouldn't be sub leftovers on a Zoroark, I feel. I'll get a Brox in this thing's face. Maybe it's sub-toxic. Okay, it is actually Gastrodon. Okay. Sub plus Scald. I do get burnt immediately, but I managed to get a Brox, which is going to be really nice because once Breloom comes in, it is a huge threat. An absolutely huge threat. So, really nice of him to run this set. I like that a lot. Sub, Scald, probably Toxic Recover. I don't want to go hard Breloom, of course. Is that max special attack? So this is really nice because he actually managed to get rid of my... I should just rocks in his face. Like, I should have just ignored Gastrodon. He actually managed to get rid of my main... one of my main ways of dealing with the Talonflame, or like the main switching. He does manage to take me out there too, so really cool. Gastrodon getting a kill immediately. I like that a lot. Now, I kind of doubt he stays in on my Breloom, but I'm going to go Breloom anyway, and I think just click Bullet Seed. It's relatively safe. Regardless of Venusaur coming in, we get to see if it's Black Sludge or not. With Rocks up, Bullet Seed is just relatively safe. I'm going to click it. I do expect him to switch out to Venusaur even though he is behind a sub. Otherwise, he's going to probably lose him on to this Breloom. And especially with the fact that he has... Yeah, my bulk up mon is really good in this game too. So yeah, he's gonna switch out into maybe Venusaur. There's the Asparagus. With Rocks up, we'll see how much it likes to take from this real quick. That is some damage. Hold up. Oh, that was a crit. I was about to say, like, why is that doing some damage? Did I get 5 hits? I got 4 in a crit. Now we do see an item on this, a Black Sludge on this thing. We do see Black Sludge on Venusaur, so maybe he didn't respect the Gothitelle. Nice. I mean, I'll take that. As long as I keep Breloom alive, I should not lose to, As long as I keep Breloom alive, I shouldn't lose to Zoroark, to Gastrodon, or to Kyurem Black. So, I think the play I'm going to make here is actually my, my comfy play. I know it sounds kind of crazy to go hard comfy initially, but I want to try and cripple maybe even Skarm if it wants to come out. Or if he goes to like a Kyurem Black double. Yeah, there's a Skarm. Nice. So, and he really didn't respect the, Alright, I mean, that's cool. I can go for U-turn here. He did not respect the Gothitelle, the Shadow Tag at all. That's awesome, though. I'll take it. Ooh, weak armor. I guess that's his Gallade answer. Alright, well. I bring on my Gothitelle. I'm Specs. As he goes for Defog. So he's going to be trapped here. Though he will get up rocks, but he will be, like I said, he will be trapped. So we get rid of Skarm. That's going to allow in Kyurem Black. We're going to go for Thunderbolt here. Knock him out. Maybe he'll get up rocks of his own. As he goes for Whirlwind. This is Specs Thunderbolt. This is going to hurt. Go ahead and give me that Skarm. Beautiful. No rocks and Skarm is gone. Gothitelle knocks out the Gothitelle knocks out Skarm. Whatever's coming in now, I'm like fairly confident it's Zoroark. I'm fairly confident it's Zoroark. Talonflame makes no sense. But yeah, being able to get rid of that is awesome. And I guess he doesn't know if I'm Specs or Skarm. Like, you don't actually know if I'm Specs, I'm pretty sure, because I could be Extra Belt. Like, Extra Belt Thunderbolt has a good chance to KO there. So getting rid of Skarm early is awesome. Kieran Black. That Gastrodon is actually going to be a threat, legitimately. That's awesome, though. But yeah, I did expect him to double into Skarm, which is why I made the comfy play. There goes Kieran Black. My best mid-ground is always going to be... It's always going to be my comfy. This could be Zoroark with Protect, with Pursuit. It's not. Or it doesn't click Pursuit at least. So we always go comfy here. As he goes for Shadow Claw. 157 to 104. Comfy. Kieran Black. Shadow Claw. So that's max attack, right? That's max attack. Draining Kiss does some damage. I don't really switch him very well to Kieran Black. I'm just trying to decide, is it worth Draining Kissing just to get a little bit of chip off? Because he could be AV, I suppose. Or is it trying? Do I try and get him Gallade? I think I'm going to try to Trick. Because if this is Z, it's fine. Like, he'll knock me out. And if anything, I give it a Choice Scarf. And I get to take whatever item it is, too. So I got an extra belt. Nice. And he's locked in Iron Head. Alright, that's sick. However, I can now get out my Gallade. So if Kyurem gets a Choice Scarf, I'm giving a Choice Scarf now. Scarf. Talonflame. Brave Bird if I get +1 defense. I can force this Supersonic Sky Strike. I think I Mega Evolve and bulk up to force a Supersonic Sky Strike. Yeah, because like he can't flinch me. He might not even go hard into Talonflame just because he's lost Skarmory already. So this is like a tough position for him. Just make sure I know Kyurem is Choice Scarf. Scarf. S-Claw. Ironhead. So like, I have options here. Like bulk up Gallade is very scary. Let's see if he goes hard Talonflame too. Alright, goes Gary. Yeah, as expected. Okay, not necessarily as expected, but definitely one of the mons that I thought, I don't want to say as expected, but if this thing is gone, I can blow him back with, my, my Gallade in general, so, excuse me, with my Bronzong. I wonder if he's physically defensive. So I do risk Scald burning me. And it's already got a burn so far. Now, if I get another bulk up, his Talonflame cannot kill me. I'm gonna Drain Punch anyway. Just to be safe. Oh, he's a super offensive variant too. Let's see if he burns me. He doesn't manage to burn me, thankfully. Nice. So, again, weakening Gastrodon is really good because my Talonflame in theory, or excuse me, my my Bronzong in theory beats the rest of his Pokemon. Besides Zoroark. It's like not even an HP invested set, isn't it? Yeah, that's barely HP invested. I'm just going to Drain Punch again. Yep, alright, so Bulk Up Gallade knocks out Gastrodon, beautiful. Nice, he can go Talonflame and he kind of has to Braver me? I would have Psycho Cut there if I had it. I didn't though, I had Jab. This is a really fast game. This is a super fast game. Well, there's Talonflame. So, this is where it gets interesting because he has to Z-Fly in order to knock me out. Otherwise, the max he can do is 126 damage. I'm kind of tempted to knock out Talonflame here, though. But if he does knock me out with a Z-Fly, I can just go out to Gothitelle and spam HP Rock. So, and knock him out. So I'll take it. I'm going for Thunder Punch here. Like I said, he can only knock me out with Z-Fly. Unless he's banded Brave Bird, this will not knock me out. And if he's banded, I go Gothitelle and trap him anyway. So that is a knockout, which means that is a banded Talonflame right there. That is definitely banded Talonflame. That is the only way you can knock me out. He really just brought all that offense. But as I mentioned, my Combine, I still think I can win this. It's a little bit tougher, but I do think I can win this. But you go for HP Rock now. I'll live this hit. Guaranteed. Yeah, that's choice band for sure. God. So, the other option I could have made there was actually sacking Loom and then bringing out. Yeah, I was potentially sacking Loom and then bringing out my my One-Mon. My Gothitelle after, and then keeping Gallade alive because it breaks through Kyurem and Zoroark. So I'm definitely playing this like really fast. We both are. I kind of feel like this is how it would go with Dan too. But I still think that Combine Bronzong might be able to do it. There's no way that's actually this Smon. Alright. HP Rock here as he goes for Shadow Claw. I believe now the play is for me to go into my Breloom. Because he's locked into that. And I have a choice here. Do I click Focus Punch or do I click Spore? Because Kyurem Black's Shadow Claw is going to hurt. That's going to do like 50%. I think I got a Spore. Regardless of him having Venusaur in the back, I think I Spore here. Venu's Focus Punch to... Oh, Focus Punch is a lot. We're going to make the Bronzong play. He might... I don't know if he hard doubles here. That's the thing. Because he might. Ooh, it's not looking good for my undefeated season. I'm still top seed, but it's not looking good for my undefeated season. Damn, he really brought Bandit Talonflame versus potential Toxapex. Then again, I know Dan's not bringing like he left Lycanroc, so I'm pretty sure that's something he'd bring versus me later. Let's see if he doubles. Or he has HE Fire. He does double. Into Shadow. I'm gonna Protect here to see what he does. Because if it's like Flamethrower, I tank that. Night Days. I think I always go Breloom. Like literally always. This might be Specs too. And that might be like what he's trying to go towards, a Specs endgame with Zoroark. And I feel like, did you need to double there? Because I think that with as long as he had Zoroark alive, he had a commanding position. Because what if I Focus Punch again, man? I should have been aggressive versus Dan. I should have pulled the trigger. He does go for another Night Days. 126 to what? 126 to 61. $126 to 61. So that's not choice locked. I'm a Focus Punch here. I think he's going to go into his Venusaur, so I got a Focus Punch. And then he's going to come down to maybe... Let's see. Ooh, that did some damage. That did some damage, my friend. That is Mach Punch range. I mean, I gotta hope that's Mach Punch range. Let's go. Come on, Breloom. There you go. So this might get a little bit closer than we thought. I have 3 hits left on Breloom, so I have to get 3 plays right. What I'm thinking he does here is he goes Kyurem and clicks Shadow Claw. And I think he doubles out to Zoroark. Basically, I have 3 chances to outplay Dan. Because, yeah, you have to go Kyurem Black. Oh, if I had Rocks on, man, this would be fire. I have 3 chances to outplay Dan. I go Zong. Because I don't think he has Sucker Punch on his Mon. This isn't going to do crap. Yeah, so, like, Dan knows that if I get a hit off on Kyurem, I win. So I'm going to double here, anticipating him to go Zoroark. Now, if I get this play right, I win, because Mach Punch 2 KOs Kyurem Black. Now, if he stays in and I Flash Cannon and get the hit, I win with Breloom anyway. So I'm going to make the double. Let's see. If Dan stays in, he gets me. If he switches out, I think I get him, unless he has Sucker Punch. Because he should know he needs this Mon alive. This is a 50-50 here. I made my play already. If he stays in, he wins. Good game, bro. Either way. And if you have Sucker Punch, he wins anyway. Is Dan gonna do it? Let's see. I was really thinking about this 50-50. I already made my play, so it's not like I can do anything. I'm just gonna look at my phone now and see if Kyurem Black switches out. Ah, Dan got me! Well played, bro! Well played! He got me. If I got the Flash Cannon damage, I won the game with, If I got the Flash Cannon damage, I won the game with Mach Punch. So Dan got the 50-50 right. And with that, my undefeated season is gonna end. Good game, Dan. Well played. Came down to that 50-50 at the end. And I'm glad I at least brought it there by shout to Focus Punch and whatnot. I'm not mad at all. Definitely not mad at all. But basically, if I hit the Kyurem with any bit of damage, I won the game with Mach Punch twice. So I thought that if he went Zoroark, again, it's a 50-50, but I'll explain it. Like I said, if he went Zoroark there, I got a commanding position with Mach Punch, and basically he's forced to sack something. So he sacks Zoroark. Then he goes back to the Kyurem Black. It lives the Mach Punch, but then Bronzong lives the hit anyway. Good game, Dan. Well played. So guys, we unfortunately do not end the WBE with an undefeated season. Really cool. I'm glad it came down to a 50-50 at least, especially because earlier on, Dan's team was definitely super scary. Burn on pause one early mattered in the sense that I wasn't able to break the sub, but I wasn't going to switch anyway, so that didn't matter in that sense either. But yeah, very good game to Dan. I still end the season #1 overall, but extremely good game, definitely. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll hit up Dan if he wants to do an interview, and yeah, that's my undefeated season, guys. Unfortunately, we ending it. Well, not unfortunately. I'm really fortunate, but 12-1 there. Well, good play. Well played. Good play. But yeah, I'll hit up Dan if he wants to do an interview. Let's see. All right, guys. So we are here with Dan. You can say what's up.
Yo, what's good, dude?
Yeah, that was a really good game. I just realized Dan had Sucker Punch on Zoroark, so even though it looked like a 50-50 there, it would have been another 50-50 in terms of if I spored versus Mach Punch Zoroark too, because I was definitely like, I probably should have counted. Why does this have extra EV? But that was really fun. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Kind of what I expected of the game, like a trade for trade type of thing. I was going towards. Oh, you can go.
I was just gonna say I figured it was gonna be really fast paced and like it was gonna be just super aggro. That was the way this game was gonna go. Like unless you decided to go try to do pecks, but I felt like that wasn't the best approach because the wall breakers I had really didn't give pecks the best options. You know.
I'm surprised you didn't respect the Gothitelle bring.
No, you know I did, and that's why you see the whirlwind and the roar.
Yeah.
I figured that like I knew Goth was a problem for me, but I knew I could always revenge kill it, or I felt like I could revenge kill it relatively well. So to me, it was if Goth trapped something like Skarm or Venusaur, the two main things that it would trap, I felt like I could at least revenge it. So I had roar and whirlwind for that reason, and also for Comfey, because to me I felt like Calm Mind Comfey was actually one of the biggest threats. So I figured, you know, Spadef Venusaur plus like Whirlwind on Skarm should be able to keep it at bay to allow Talonflame to, you know, put in the work there. So that was kind of my thought process.
No, it was a really fun team. Basically, my thought process was, okay, I can trick maybe Shed Shell Skarm or Venusaur, Shed Shell Venusaur if you brought them, and then go towards an endgame of Breloom. But like during the game, Sub Gastrodon was really cool. Early on, like super cool.
You like that speedy sub Gastrodon, dude?
Yeah, that was really nice.
Season, man, the whole season I brought defensive Gastrodon every single week, and this week I was like, yo, you know what? I actually feel like a speedy sub Gastro could be fire, because like the only way things like Bronzong, Pylo, and Tox to do anything, or Pex do anything to it is like poisoning it.
Yeah.
So I thought that could be kind of cool, and I knew if I got an early kind of prediction on that, it would be really good. But I knew that Breloom was gonna have Bullet Seed, so
yeah, of course, yeah.
It worked early, and then obviously I had to be very mindful of kind of the situation there. So
I'm glad I didn't show Focus Punch initially on the Venusaur switching, because I think that would have changed how me eventually knocking it out with Breloom as well, like later on.
Yo, that did so much damage, dude. I like switched. I'm like, yo, I got this. This is no problem. And the fact that Focus Punch plus Mach Punch knocked me out, I was like, wow. Obviously, I didn't invest fully into my physical defense on the Venusaur. I went more special because I was. I actually EV'd it to live. I think it was Life Orb, HP Fire at +1.
Yeah.
I could live 2. After block sledge recovery, 97% of the time. So I went more special, but yeah, I thought your team was sick. I think the only thing for me was the Comfey set, but it makes sense to me that you were just trying to
weaken it. Yeah. Because I mean, Calm Mind was also an option as well. But because in this game I wanted to see if we can make it come down to Breloom. That's like I said, that was my whole game when me and Gypsy King were building. That was like the whole thought process we had. Okay, maybe we can go towards an end game of trapping stuff with Gothitelle and then Breloom putting in some work. But I mean, it's awesome, dude. You were able to end my undefeated season, so that's sick.
Sorry, dude. I love you, buddy.
No, I mean, I'm still taking home the belt. Like, it doesn't matter.
It was bitter. I said in my video, like, it's so bittersweet. I'm like, I have two ways to approach this. I either go into it and try to beat him and end his undefeated streak, or I go into it and say this match doesn't matter because it's playoffs are right around the corner. And chances are, the way I'm looking at it, with no offense to any other competitors, if I'm gonna win the championship, which is the end goal, there's a good chance I'm gonna have to play you again.
Yeah.
So I was like, I kind of fell right in the middle. I was like, I'm gonna build a team that I think is able to beat them, but I'm not gonna show all my cards. And I figured you do the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot of mons that you could have brought that could have done work. Like I know Kabutops, I feel like could have put in some work and things like that. So either way, good match. Like I feel like everything I felt. I mean, the Bronzong was a little different than what I think I expected, but
if you didn't bring Zoroark, it killed everything.
Yeah, it would have been really hard for me to break because Talon couldn't break it, and as you saw, KB couldn't two-shot it without the E-Belt. When I had the E-Belt, it could. So that was a big little bit of damage there, and it worked out too. Well, I decided to go E-Belt over Life Orb last minute because of the Mach Punch Breloom. So,
yeah, because it puts you in range. It ends up putting yourself in range. That's good. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
I really liked it, dude. And it was cool. Like I said, I switched out because I figured, okay, if you don't have Sucker Punch on Zoroark, and I get the chip damage off on Kyurem, I win the game with Mach Punch in the end. But had you went Zoroark there, I would have still had to think of, okay, does he have Sucker Punch or not? Like, and I would have had to click either Spore to avoid Sucker Punch or Mach Punch if I didn't think you had it. And at the moment, I was thinking, okay, maybe he didn't have Sucker Punch. So I'm pretty sure it still would have ended up being your game with Sucker Punch Zoroark.
It would have been close.
Unless something like clicked in my head, like, wait, Spore him here. Just in case.
It would have been close. It would have been close because, like, on my end, with Kyurem versus Bronzong, I figured, okay, I have to hit the Bronzong twice with, with Shadow Claw to knock it out at this point. And if he has Gyro, I live the Gyro, so that's fine. And I'm like, all right, if Breloom takes another, if I knock out the Bronzong, then Breloom comes in, Mox Punch me, and then I think he's in range for Sucker Punch. If I go Zoroark and he goes Breloom, I think I lose the game. So. Because then you get to freely Mach Punch, and I didn't think there was a way for me to come back. Unless I crit. I would have had to crit Shadow Claw on the Bronzong, I think.
I think
the only other
I think Sucker Punch KO'd me guaranteed, though.
I think I was Black Glasses, so I was doing like 22 to 26 or something like that, and you would have taken another hit of Life Orb, I think. So it would have been close.
I was at 35 HP. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Then yeah, I think it would have been really close.
Yeah, it basically it would have had to come down to me potentially saying, okay, does he have Sucker Punch or not, and deciding, do I Mach Punch here or do I Spore to outplay it? Because Sucker Punch with Black Glasses was knocked me out at that point. It knocked me out guaranteed.
Yeah, dude, that would have been wild. So either way, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was. It was really fun. I even said, I was like, the only Talonflame that can knock me out here is Bandit. Otherwise, I'll live the hit from Talonflame coming in. And then I was like, oh, man.
With that Gallade? Dude, I knew 1,000,000% you were bulk up, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, what did I have in? I had Kyurem in, and I'm like, all right, my play here is, do I just go for the Iron Head flinch right now? He's going to bulk up. I'm like, what do I do? And I think in hindsight, my play was actually...
Well, if you Iron Head it would have been better for me, because I have Inner Focus, so I can't be flinched. And then I would have gained enough recovery. I basically would have gone...
Mega, though? Oh, is that Gallade's ability?
It's the crappy ability that works once in a while.
I would have never got that. So then, actually, I did make the right play there.
Yeah, I think it might have actually been a losing play.
Talonflame might have been a better switch in there because I knew the bulk up was coming. Like I felt so confident that you were gonna bulk up there, but I was trying to. I was like thinking to myself, I could win this game with Shadow Claw Kyurem now. Now that I'm scarfed, I just have to find my pieces and like chip the Gallade. And then I realized like, oh, Talon just revenges this, like Bandit Talon. And I took the gamble, dude. I went Adamant max speed. Which would have sped.
Well, I would have sped time. I'm surprised too.
I took the gamble. I was like, I need that damage output because it mattered on so many things. Like depending on your spreads, it turned a couple things into 2-hit KOs or after chip from different things. I was like, this game, like I said, to me, it didn't matter. This game didn't matter in standings at all.
Obviously,
so I was like, I'm just going Adamant ban, and if I speed tie, I speed tie. And one of my practice matches, I lost the speed tie and lost the game. So I switched it back to Jolly, and then right before the game, I was like, nah, I'm gonna run Adamant. Like, let's just go. Like, it's all good.
Hey, it was still fire. I like how you brought the. This import you gave me is not right. I'm like fixing it as I'm going through it.
Oh, my import is wrong? Oh, my bad. What's wrong?
It has like sturdy Skarmory, no item on Talonflame.
Oh,
no item
yeah,
on
because I didn't, so it was Bandit Talon. It was obviously leftovers, weak armor, farm, no roost though. The plan was to use Skarm switching on a close combat from Gallade and then get the weak armor boost, and then I can threaten you out with, either Brave Bird or just Defog if I had to, because I need to keep Talonflame healthy. So I figured like Skarmory I knew in this match like was not for longevity at all. It was basically just so I could take one hit from the Gallade and then.
No roost on it either. That's fire.
Yeah, that's what I said. I took roost. I didn't have roost because
yeah.
I wanted to ensure I didn't lose the Calm Mind, Goth, or Comfey. So Whirlwind to me was more important. And then, like I said, Skarm's only job this match basically was to stop one of those from sweeping me with Calm Mind, and then also ensure that I could get either off a Defog or a big hit on the Gallade, or potentially get my rocks up myself if you had Volcarona.
Yeah.
So
no,
it could have come with all those. I didn't care about roost because clicking it lost me too much momentum anyway.
No, this is a really solid team though. I really liked it. I love that sub Gastron a lot. So that was super cool.
Yo, sub Gastro, man, I love it. What was your? Hold on, let me look at your spread on the Pylo. Was that a roll on the 2-hit? If I didn't get the burn,
if you didn't get the burn, you didn't 2-hit me. I'm pretty sure. Because the burn bought me right under half.
Yeah, it would have been close.
But I mean that's fair. Like I should have clicked rocks anyway. I don't know why I took a greedy toxic there. Because in hindsight, like I was gonna go Breloom to revenge kill you regardless. So it was definitely greedy on me. I'm surprised by the way you hard doubled from Venusaur into Zoroark. Since it like you could do it safely on Bronze.
Oh, what was in front of me? That was the Bronze.
You had Loom. You had Loom in front of you.
Oh, Breloom in front of V. Oh, to me on that, I was worried you were gonna go Goth and trap me.
No, I was dead at that point. Goth was dead.
Oh, then I just made a big boy play.
Yeah, because I was saying like leech seed, like you leech seed.
I felt like you needed Loom. I felt like your win con in this game at that point, I guess, was Breloom. So I felt like Breloom wasn't doing much to Venusaur. Sludge Bomb was gonna one shot you or come close. And yeah, I was sub Venusaur until last minute. I put Roar on because, like I said, I was so worried about Calm Mind Comfey. Sub Venusaur would have helped so much.
Wait, it was Roar Venusaur? Wait, what did you have? What did you get rid of? It's Leech Seed, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, and Synthesis.
Oh, I had Roar over Synthesis.
Ooh, nice.
Sorry, I don't update the calc. Like,
it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, so I'll have my team builder obviously, but yeah, so I was Roar, no Synthesis, but I was originally sub. But I think that probably would have actually helped if I had sub because it would have removed the prediction.
Yeah.
There, but yeah. Either way, man, it was a good game.
It was definitely for sure. I'm gonna.
But it's playoff time, baby. Now we get really focused up, right?
I mean, I'm gonna win the whole WBE, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah.
I'm just saying the belt has gotten really comfortable in my house. I don't know if it wants to go anywhere, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, I mean, I tried it on when I went to your house, and it felt really comfortable with me, if we're being real. But yeah, guys, check out Dan. His channel link will be down below. Obviously, we have the cage lock going on, and a lot of stuff hopefully coming in the future. We'll see. But yeah. There's it. That's my undefeated season. I ended 12-1, still #1 in standings, plus 42 differential. No, I'm just kidding.
That's pretty fire.
You know what? Part of me was like, if I 6-0 Dan, I get plus 50 differential.
Hey.
But I definitely didn't have the team to 6-0, even if like anything like that. But yeah, go ahead and check out Dan. The channel link will be down below. And thank you so much for being on the channel, bro.
Hey, man. Have a good one. Thanks, guys. And we'll see you guys in the cage lock.
Yeah, peace.